Hello and welcome everybody to Dark Avenger Inc. Plus. This is J. Al Ghul, and it is my pleasure to be doing this in-depth review for a comic book that I affectionately refer to as my comic crack because I can never get enough of this book. Um, this is the first in-depth review of this series on this channel, and it's my honor to do this because this is a book I recommend to everyone, and I mean everyone. I'm still trying to get um, the great legend to hurry up and read the issues so he can join the party. And Cat Comic Uno is going to catch up and trade, which is what I did actually. I bought the trade um, in November around Black Friday, and now I caught up in the single issues. And what series am I talking about? Well, rambling about. Uh, may you ask? Well, that series is none other than Saga, and this in-depth review is for Saga issue number 9. Um, Written by Brian K. Vaughan and art by Fiona Staples. This is just an awesome book. It just continues to be great, and Brian K. Vaughan gave us a lot of good comics. If you're familiar with him, he gave us Why the Last Man, Alias. He did The Runaways, which was just epic. I love that series. Um, and that's just a few things off the top of my head written by Brian K. Vaughan that are awesome. But yeah, let's go ahead and start this review by checking out the cover. So, like I said before, Saga is awesome, and here's a little quick recap of the series so far for those of you poor unfortunate souls who aren't currently reading Saga. So, Saga, good way to describe it is, a lot of people say Star Wars, but that's like Romeo and Juliet meets Star Wars. I don't see that. I mean, I see it, but that's not uh, an appropriate way to describe it. It's more of Star Wars. It's more of not Star Wars. Why do I keep saying Star Wars? It's more of Romeo and Juliet meets Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Cause see, the story is basically two aliens from two warring planets, Margot and Alana, and they have a baby named Hazel, who was actually the narrator throughout this whole series. And basically, they're running from bounty hunters who are trying to capture the baby and kill them. It's just several different bounty hunters working for several different organizations. And it's just a really good story. The reason I say Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is because it's more of a sci-fi adventure type of book where you like explore different parts of the universe. Not Star Wars. It's not like a Star Wars epic grand scale. There is a point A, point B thing. Star Wars had a point A, point B. Saga doesn't really have a clear point B. They're just getting by, and I think that's what makes it interesting. And Brian K. Vaughan leaves off on awesome cliffhangers. So that's the recap. For now, those of you who are caught up on Saga, this is what happened in this issue. In this issue, my girl, the stock, is back. Spoiler alert, it's only a dream sequence. Damn it. Hopes are dashed. Anyway, so at this point, we get to see Gwendolyn, Marco's ex-fiance. And basically, she helps pay for the will and help rescue Slave Girl from Sextillion. And basically, um, they take Slave Girl off of Sextillion, and it turns out that Slave Girl can read, hone in on the signal. I guess would be a way to say it. Hone in on the signal between of Marco's rings, since they're made from the same set as what's her name? I just said it. Gwendolyn's pendant. Um, and it's just really good. So basically, now that the will is freed, Slave Girl, he and Gwendolyn are now going after Marco and Alana, and it ends with Slave Girl leading them in that direction. Um, this issue, I think this issue is really good. As always, Brian K. Vaughan does not disappoint, and I'm glad we got to see the other characters that aren't the main family, because we got a lot of the main family the first 3 issues of the second volume. The first 2 issues, 7 and 8. 7 and 8 were all about the family, and I'm glad we get to see more of the other characters. And I liked how in the earlier issues we dove into subplots having to do with other characters within this book. Now, I personally like the Will. Like, he's one of my favorite characters on here, and it's interesting to see what they're gonna do. And Gwendolyn is pretty badass. I don't know. It's pretty interesting to see what what she's going to do, and I'm really interested in seeing her confrontation with Marco. So, as always, it's not just Brian K. Vaughan's writing that gets me in on this. It's Fiona Staples' amazing interior artwork. So let's go ahead and check that out. Fiona Staples' art is always awesome. She was my favorite artist of this year, to come out with works. And the art is consistently great. And the story is always consistently great. However, this wasn't one of those blow you away issues. But, I mean, it was a slow issue for Saga, but Saga itself is just that good of a series, which is why I hold it to a high standard. But in terms of Saga issues, this is very solid, and it's progressing the story along very nicely. So I really liked it. Um, Giving it a 4.5 out of 5. Highly recommend picking up this issue. Pick up that first trade. It's only $10, and it's only 3 issues into the second volume, so it'll be quick to catch up on. I love this series, and I'm sure once you start it, you'll love it too. So definitely check it out. This is J. Al Ghul for Dark Avenger Inc. Plus, saying peace, keep reading, keep enjoying comic books, keep collecting, and I will see you guys in my next in-depth review. I've got 2 more for tonight, and then you'll see me again on Saturday, tomorrow, when I do my Green Lantern, the animated series review. Alright, until then, see you later, guys.